Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today, in deck number 773, we're going to talk about the Tarrasque. I was not fortunate enough to pull a Tarrasque. Mr. Zachary has helped me out a bunch. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate it. So let's get into this 9-mana 10/10 dinosaur. So it has haste and ward as long as it was cast. So you can't like cheat it into play or anything and have those abilities. But then, when the Tarrasque attacks, it fights target creature defending player controls. Now, I have had an opportunity to play this deck. I played it against my girlfriend, and it was very touch and go, but it had a very epic ending. We'll get to that later. Now, the downside to the Tarrasque is it's 9 mana. I mean, it's a 10/10 haste ward 10. Totally worth 9 mana, but we've got to get 9 mana to get this thing out. So there is a good chunk of the deck that is ramp. I do apologize, Sheldon. This is probably one of those decks that are maybe bordering on quote unquote excessive ramp. Because I know that is a thing the RC is frowned upon. But it's a 9 mana commander. So here we go. And a lot of these are bodies. You know, the Farhaven Elf, after it comes into play, I mean, it can still block, But we have Rampant Growth, Harrow, Thunderherd Migration, Llanowar Elves. The Beanstalk Giant is good on the front side and the back side. Greenweaver Druid, Yavimaya Dryad. This can be tricky sometimes. Far Wanderings, Boreal Druid, Moss Diamond, Cultivate, Findhorn Elves, Fertilid. I'm even counting Blighted Woodland because it's one land drop that essentially becomes 2 land drops later on. You got to put some mana into it, but the Everflowing Chalice, Soul Ring, Heartbeat of Spring, the mono green mana flare, Elvish Mystic, Nature's Lore, Ranger's Path, that has only been printed once and is somehow worth a dime, and then Skyshroud Claim, which has been printed twice, which is worth a couple of bucks. Weird. The Claim is better. We do have, I use it in decks a lot that have a Forest Plains or a Forest Mountain or whatever, Kodama's Reach, Llanowar Tribe, Untamed Wilds, Leaf Gilder. But first, I want to talk about Nissa's Renewal and Dreamstone Hedron, because for the purpose of this deck, they're the same card. 6 gets you 9. If you can get to 6 and cast them, they produce 3. You're where you need to be at 9 mana to cast your commander. So those are very, very... A lot of decks, you just put it in there because maybe you need a ton of colorless, whatever. But here, it's actually beneficial. 6 will get you 9. The Findhorn Elder, Colony Heart Expedition, and Search for Tomorrow. Now, I know that is a ton of ramp. I've talked about ramp for 3 minutes now. But there's a little bit of card draw, not a whole lot. The Colossal Majesty, of course, you've got to have it to draw a card. Momentous Fall does help. In a board wipe, I'll just draw cards. Return of the Wild Speaker, and, of course, Rites of Flourishing. So now, let's look at... Now we have got our mana up, and we have got our 10/10 Hasty Commander in play that has Ward 10, which means all the board wipes are going to come out, essentially, right? Let's make it better. Things to make our commander better. Swiftfoot Boost, given that hexproof, is not bad. I realize we have Ward 10 that's almost already hexproof, and we already have haste. But we do have a few other creatures in the deck that could benefit out of the boots. Haunted Cloak. Now, our big old giant dinosaur commander does not have trample, because that would put it off the charts. So I chose Haunted Cloak because of the vigilance and the trample. Obviously, the haste does not really matter for our commander. It might matter for somebody else, you know. But mainly this is a commander damage deck. We're going to ride that dinosaur to the end. Soul's Might, there again. I'll put 10 counters on my, yeah, for 5 mana. Primal Might. This is outstanding. It just, yeah, +X, and then it fight, yeah. So we already have good removal in the Tarrasque. Primal Bellow, pretty good giant growth variant there, as is the Black Blade Reforged. But now, things that give our team a bonus. Aggressive Mammoth. I think this is an amazing card. 6 mana, 8/8 trample that passes out trample to your whole team. This is not bad. And it could wear some boots. I don't understand how, but we have Thunderfoot Baloth. Passes out +2 and trample. So it's pretty good. And not really too afraid of these high mana cost 6-7 mana creatures because, you know, well, you saw what we're working with. Brawn is going to help the whole team by giving it trample. Blanchwood Armor, always good. Overcome and Overrun both grant trample. And then Prodigious Growth, +7/+7 and trample. That's 17 commander damage, folks. That's kind of, ooh. So let's look at our other stuff here. I have like a Yavimaya Elder, which could be card draw. It's not really ramp because they go to your hand. It's a good card. Scavenging Ooze, good card. Molimo, that's another, you know, kind of a big, kind of a big one. I have gotten fortunate enough to draw the Praetor's Council. That's a beautiful thing. Fog just helps a lot. Shared Summons. I like this. 2 creature cards, different names. They're all going to have different names in this particular deck. Howl the Night Pack. It's pretty good with that much team pump that we have. So, you know, and we're mono green, so that's a lot of forest. Like I said, a lot of forest. Primal Order. I've seen Primal Order just win games on its own. It's, ooh, it's a big one. Not on the list or anything. It was reprinted in a white border set. It's escaping me now. Maybe 5th edition, maybe 7th. I don't know. It's one of those that had weird arts. But I love me some Primal Order in mono green decks, and I mean we have a few non-basics, but it's mainly like cycling lands like Tranquil Thicket and Desert of the Indomitable. Now there's also the Rogue's Passage. About the game that I played, it was a one-on-one game. She's learning, and we're trying, and I was dead to rights. There was absolutely no. I sat there and thought, I need to draw like a Wrath of God. Because I was dead. On her turn, she had 100 and something life, but she had already had 17 commander damage against her. My commander was dead in the command zone, and I have all this land. And I'm pretty sure there's nothing I can draw that will save me. And I draw the Rogue's Passage. And I count my mana up, and I have enough to cast my commander with the tax, so it will gain haste, and enough to pump it through the Rogue's Passage. Love me some Rogue's Passage, of course y'all know that. Removal-wise, of course, we have our Return to Nature, Acidic Slime. Hey, Acidic Slime's not bad if you like, you know, put Blanchwood Armor on it either. Broken Bond. Pop something and let you drop a land. You know, if it's early, that may help you. It may matter. Desert Twister. I'm telling you, it's expensive at 6 mana, but with as much ramp as we have, that's not that big a deal here. We have Whirlwind, which is beautiful. You know, as I'm sitting here, I think I played this deck in a big 7-player too. Because I think I cast the Whirlwind. Huh, don't remember. And then Terrastodon, Big Daddy. yeah, that's what we'll stop there. But yeah, that is the Tarrasque. It is. I mean, it does what it does, and it ramps out the Tarrasque pretty quick. Now, it may die. It's going to die a whole bunch. But we've got the mana to recast it, right? So, that is 773. We'll put that on the wall. And might get played tonight. Who knows? Probably. Maybe. Anyway, that is what we have got for today. I do appreciate y'all watching. Thanks so much. Liking, subscribing, sharing. Thanks you to all the patrons. Thank you to Zach. Thank you very much for sending in those cards. It was straight up on the list. I have a list down here of the legends that I do not have. Most of which, it's getting slim pickings now. It's getting to where it's seriously expensive cards because they're Portal 3 Kingdoms or original legends. It's crazy. Anyway, that's what I've got. I do appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. But right now, we're going to go ahead and shuffle and cut.